I'm here with Tim White, multiple award winner this year at the Arizona Wine Growers Association. Hi, Tim.
Hi.
So, for people that don't know, what wines are you involved in producing? That
All the Arizona Stronghold line.
Okay.
I've done some custom crush for a few other Arizona wineries, but mostly my main focus is Arizona Stronghold.
How long have you been making wine for, or been working in the wine business?
I got in the wine business in 2004 in Virginia, Southwest Virginia.
Yeah.
I spent 4.5 years there with the winemaker. He was a UC Davis graduate, really solid technical winemaker. Spent my time there and decided I wanted to move out west.
Yeah.
Was looking at moving to Oregon and got sidetracked to Arizona. Luckily.
Luckily, right?
Yes.
And so, which was your first vintage that you are responsible for?
The inaugural vintage. So in 2007, we started Arizona Stronghold. When I first came on, I was the assistant winemaker at Page Spring Cellars.
Yeah.
I worked with Eric and Joe Baychard there, and we developed the Stronghold brand kind of as we were. It was just kind of in the conceptual stages at that point. So we made the first vintage there in 2007, and Eric was very busy that year, so it ended up, and Joe Baychard was actually the winemaker, so it ended up being my helping Joe Baychard and Bill Fanning, who was the previous assistant winemaker at Page Spring Cellars, and we made that vintage that year.
It seems like you've learned very quickly. I don't know if
I think a lot of people. Maybe, yeah. I still feel like a baby in all this. In reality, it's all come so fast.
It does, yeah.
Especially like the success of it.
Speaking of success, the list of awards you took home last night was quite impressive.
It's very humbling, though. It's one of those things that just blows my mind.
And it's a blind test, so it's not like people know.
Yeah.
You know.
Hopefully, it's fair and level. And this year, I think it was even more fair because you could only enter 4 wines per category.
Okay. So
in previous years, you could enter 15, 20 wines if you wanted, if
you
made that many. So it feels like it was a little more level playing field this year, which feels even better.
Which wine would you say were most proud of this year?
I would say the 2010 Nachis. That's not obviously this year's vintage, but the 2010 Nachis has showed amazingly well in competitions and a lot of people's palates.
And what sort of plans for the future? Where are you going? What are you going to do?
We're kind of in this transition phase right now with ownership and just kind of where we're going with vineyard development. We have 2 estate vineyards in southern Arizona, in the Wilcox area.
Arizona
Stronghold and Bonita Springs Vineyards.
Okay.
And that's where we source all the grapes for Arizona Stronghold, with a few vineyards that we consult with in the area. And we're just kind of in the stage of trying to focus more on the right varietals that need to be there, the right clones of those varietals. So Craig Martinson, the vineyard manager, and myself are devoting a lot of time to focusing on what we're doing next, because a lot of the development will come at Bonita Springs Vineyard. So we're just really trying to figure out what we want to do, and we're looking a lot at like Italian varietals, Spanish varietals, Tempranillos.
Some of those with higher heat capabilities.
Yeah. And we've seen that they'll do well. I have worked pretty closely with Maynard Keenan in the past to help him with some of his wines, like the Sancha, and that's built from Tempranillo, and we've seen it perform amazingly well. So.
And some of the wrong varietals are more like
Zinfandel. I guess that would be the big one that I think some people are still trying to see what they can get out of it, but I'm not a Zinfandel fan, and I don't think it wants to be here. And there's been plenty of evidence of that for us. Pinot Noir is another one. We all love Pinot, but it just doesn't want to be in the desert.
No. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for your time, and you're going to be talking up there on that stage in a few minutes.
I think I will.
What's the seminar topic?
I just think it's a gold medal panel. So everybody who won the gold medals gets to talk about those wines.
All right. Cool. Cheers.
Absolutely. Thank you.